China has warned the U.S. over Trump's new Golden Dome missile defense program. Beijing claims this system could trigger conflict and open a Pandora's box in space. The Pentagon referred questions to a prior statement from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Hegseth called the $175 billion program essential to defend against aerial missile attacks. The Golden Dome will deploy sensors and interceptors in space to stop missile threats. Trump announced on May 20 the system would be operational before his term ends. This marks the first U.S. attempt to stop missiles using space-based technology. China previously warned this violates the principle of peaceful space usage. Beijing said this action risks making outer space a new battlefield zone. Russia and North Korea also criticized the U.S. for destabilizing global strategic balance. Chinese Defense Ministry spokesperson Zhang Xiaojiang spoke at a press briefing Thursday. He accused the U.S. of expanding military presence and triggering a space arms race. Zhang said such moves violate the Outer Space Treaty's peaceful use principles. The treaty bans placing nuclear or mass destruction weapons in orbit or space. Zhang warned Golden Dome increases the danger of war reaching into outer space. He said America is leading the militarization of space more than any nation. Trump said the system will stop missiles from anywhere, even those launched from space. Defense Secretary Hegseth said the system must integrate existing sensors and defenses seamlessly. Space Force General Michael Getline will lead the Golden Dome development project. Getline warned adversaries are preparing space-based weapons to threaten U.S. security. Zhang urged the U.S. to stop militarizing space and protect global stability. Trump promised Golden Dome would be the most advanced defense system ever created. Hegseth said peace through strength drives America's space defense mission. It's uncertain how China might respond, possibly by creating evasive missile technology. The sheriff at the jail where 10 inmates escaped wants the district attorney removed. She claims the investigation is politically biased and influenced by personal motives. The district attorney publicly criticized her leadership and supports her rival in elections. A judge has not ruled yet but discussed the motion during a private hearing. The district attorney asked the state attorney general to take control of the case. He said daily contact with the sheriff's office creates a conflict of interest. He also blamed the sheriff for delaying the processing of the crime scene. It reportedly took days before a forensic team examined the inmate's cell area. The sheriff paused her re-election campaign to focus on security and the investigation. She says the district attorney's actions damage public trust and waste vital resources. The district attorney rejected her request, calling it legally weak and politically driven. He insists the investigation must reveal any failures or criminal actions inside the jail. 2 inmates are still missing, with a reward of $50,000 for information. Authorities arrested several people, including jail staff, accused of helping the escapees. The inmates removed a toilet and crawled through a hole in the wall. The president's Ukraine strategy is criticized for indirectly favoring the invading side. Pressure was placed on Ukraine, while Russia received incentives and public praise. Suspending aid to Ukraine signaled weakness and undermined its ability to defend itself. Compliments directed at Russia's leadership strengthened Moscow's resolve in the war. These steps failed to bring peace and instead made negotiations harder to achieve. The current strategy prolongs the war and weakens international diplomatic influence. Russia sees no urgent reason to stop fighting due to its wartime economy. Ukraine refuses to compromise on sovereignty or territory, continuing its resistance. Efforts to push peace without understanding both sides' goals are doomed to fail. Diplomatic approaches that ignore battlefield realities only lead to more bloodshed. Misguided pressure or biased involvement worsens the chances for a stable agreement. Effective diplomacy must focus on fair negotiation, not favoring either participant. Understanding motivation on both sides is vital to end the conflict peacefully. Global actors must remain balanced and avoid sending mixed political messages. Only through fairness and patience can a lasting solution be realistically achieved. Lots of kids dream of becoming firefighters, astronauts, doctors, or professional athletes someday. Kalinin had a different dream: to change U.S. public policy entirely. He described it as an obsession, beginning from early childhood into adulthood. Now, at 39, Means has influence as a health policymaker in Washington. He's part of the Make America Healthy Again movement challenging mainstream health authorities. His sister Casey, a former doctor, is Trump's nominee for Surgeon General. Both siblings promote wellness over pharmaceuticals and distrust the traditional medical system. Means grew up in Washington, son of a Nixon and Ford administration aide. After Stanford and Harvard Business School, he worked in tech and public affairs. His mother's death from pancreatic cancer sparked his mission against chronic disease. He believes industries and government collude to keep Americans sick for profit. The siblings promote alternative medicine and criticize modern food and healthcare systems. They co-authored Good Energy, blaming bad metabolism for most modern health issues. Means appears regularly on podcasts and right-wing shows to spread his message. He promotes distrust in experts, saying the system keeps people sick intentionally. He claims Americans are addicted to cheap, harmful food by design. He formerly worked with firms representing pharmaceutical and beverage industry clients. Though junior at the time, he now portrays that period as corrupt. Some critics dispute his influence back then but acknowledge his new reach. Means says his advocacy is redemption for past complicity in the system. He connects health problems like dementia and kidney disease to poor nutrition. He believes chronic disease should be declared a national emergency in America. His views inspired Trump's February executive order creating a health crisis commission. Means helped draft the commission's Make Our Children Healthy Again report. The report blames food, screens, and over-medication for rising childhood diseases. Critics found some studies cited in the report don't actually exist. Still, the narrative matches Means' belief: industry profits drive poor national health. He claims corporations manipulate science and infiltrate institutions to protect their interests. Means said food is made addictive and healthcare profits from prolonged illness. Despite anti-establishment messaging, he still uses insider influence and networks. Last year, he led End Chronic Disease, a pro-wellness lobbying coalition. He opposed IRS rules restricting tax-free wellness product purchases via TrueMed. One competitor filed an ethics complaint accusing Means of using political threats. Means allegedly warned another wellness CEO using Trump allies as leverage. He denies wrongdoing, claiming only legal action was threatened, not political retaliation. The U.S. has banned several companies from supplying goods and services to China. This is part of a strategy to slow China's progress in advanced technologies. The Commerce Department is reassessing exports tied to critical industries and national security risks. Some export licenses were suspended or made subject to stricter review and compliance. Semiconductor design software companies were instructed to stop their services for Chinese clients. Cadence, Synopsys, and Siemens EDA are among the firms impacted by this decision. These companies provide tools needed to design modern, high-performance microchips and circuits. Without these tools, China's ability to produce advanced chips will be limited. This move may disrupt China's ambitions to develop its own tech ecosystem independently. It could also slow down the Made in China 2025 strategic manufacturing plan. Experts believe the restrictions aim to block progress in AI and quantum computing.